And this is one that both these teams should find a little bit of comfort zone, if not at least on an individual level. And that's what we're going to have to look at. Individual performances. Speaking of individuals, these next two are very, very, very interesting to me. That's going to be Ender's Mode. Let's take a look at this.
Well, we are right into the game. I appreciate that. Interesting. That's a kind description. Roy going to be almost running into Sanji on the other side. Acor is also covering him. There's a flashbang to set up the push out long. The bomb is still a little bit further back. And a nice fight from Sanji. And they wanted to try and fight back. They almost have to commit to it, or they were going to be stuck in long. They take down Sanji, and down in middle, Hunden. That's a smoke. I think that was meant to be a trick smoke, but it actually bounced off the corner, so it doesn't really do what they wanted, but it's still a 4-on-4.
This is a dangerous boost to come out at that timing, and that's exactly why he had no time to get comfortable up on the railing or even get into the bomb site. So Bubsky is really their last hope. This flank needs to do some work, but Virtus.pro has paused. They're waiting. They're looking for this. James gonna spot it out, but it doesn't matter. His head's taken clean off.
He actually took an extra millisecond to make sure that landed. That was very clean. And weirdly, back in a 3-on-3. I feel like Virtus.pro have had a number of openings so far. Here could be another one. Hunden sneaking in with a USP. They're close. He might as well fight. There's no point in running, and he'll get taken down. But he did do a lot of damage, so can it be enough here? Acor gets immediately taken out by Buster. And now Bubsky, 1 versus 3. Look at how low they all are. But in a pistol round, that doesn't matter nearly as much as you might think. Again, yeah, instant shot. Beautiful from Buster, left on 2 health.
Yeah, that was about the only chance he had of retaking that, was to do it quickly. But you're right, Virtus.pro, there was a few openings that they probably could have pounced on throughout that round. First towards long, then towards catwalk when they got the kill on the player that's boosted up. But still, I mean, the end result is the same. They eventually do win it out. That's not bad at all. And I'd like the point that Chad made on the desk is individually, yeah, Virtus.pro, and is definitely on Vertigo, played at a better level, and that's got to give you some confidence.
Surely, yes. Very, very good grenade. They have 2 scouts in play and a deagle, so don't want to underestimate Mad Lions, even though the round is going to be favoring VP. This is one of those maps where people could get scared sometimes. You get tagged by a scout, someone else eats a grenade, and suddenly you're way too slow.
I think stretching back to Vertigo, Virtus.pro's won 14 rounds straight.
Yeah, that's, again, you're painting...
I mean, it's only the first round in Dust2, right? But that's a pretty wild streak of rounds to just not even have to drop anything. It's got to feel like it's been, you know, a year since Mad Lions have actually taken a round from Virtus.pro. They have to be feeling like they don't know what's happening.
Yeah, they just want to remember what it feels like to win a round. Not going to be this time.
Not even close.
Scouts are...
Go for the Hunt Buster. You know you want to.
Well, maybe Adren and Sanji could do it with the SMGs.
Oh, I mean, Adren and James are actually wrapping around through T-spawn right now. They're going to box him in. That's a great shot. But that should give Adren and James the confidence to start running and not take this too slow. Plenty of time still in the bomb to shut these guys down. If they can get close enough with this MAC-10, with the scout that James is going to have, they can do some work. Still, Bubsky and Shush posted up in the B bomb side. One watching doors, one watching towards mid, one watching towards tunnels.
James has a Molotov if they get forced back. Another headshot coming through from Bubsky, but now the UMP is getting dangerously close, so those scouts are about to be pretty irrelevant. If he comes through the door, the pistols might be a better choice. Grenade preemptively up there. Doesn't really do anything. Adren trying to see if he can make a last-minute leap, and he will, taking down Bubsky. So Shush will save the scout. It cost them a little bit, but they were feeling vengeful, I guess.
Yeah, it cost them, but I think they're definitely okay with it. Just taking the one dangerous scout out of the hand. Still 1 on the board, but more than happy to just pick up a couple MAC-10s and use them in the next round for the bonus money. Bubsky had some very nice shots down the stretch here. That one right there was a thing of beauty. 2-0.
Now we've got USPs running up the middle. It's a classic. Buster actually gets tagged, I think, from a scout long range there. Now this fight, though, should definitely be favoring the VP side. Now coming up through lower dark. James getting legged, and actually he goes down, so it could be another chance here. Shush, if he could land one more, that would definitely be great. Not going to happen, so they save the 3 rifles. Adren, don't know if he could upgrade to anything. He can't, so still going to be a 4th round pretty quickly from VP here.
We'll see. Mad Lions have to start fighting back. This is,
yeah.
It's getting, I mean, I don't know. It just feels worse because it's now up to, you know, 16 rounds straight. They've essentially just won a map, Virtus.pro.
With no response.
With not a single response. Gonna get a tech pause. Yeah, I don't know what's happened to Mad Lions, and we should say what we saw this out of them. I've mentioned it during pretty much every single map. The fact that Mad Lions can get great advantages and they can do phenomenal things and they give them away. We saw it specifically on this map a number of times. They had some very curious post plants on the T side when they're able to take over bomb sites, losing a 5 versus 5, losing a couple situations they had no business losing that looked near impossible to lose. So here on a third map, an elimination map for Katowice. Mad Lions, you have to hope and pray that they just don't let one of those mistakes, get involved in this map to affect them in that kind of a way.
Yeah, they definitely can't have those mistakes, and they need to get some confidence back in their game right now. I mean, they have been playing pretty boldly. I haven't seen them, show huge signs of distress, but as you said, losing something like 16 rounds in a row is...
It's going to feel awful.
So rough.
It's very, very difficult to kind of deal with mentally. And this is where you'd want someone like Acor, the Alper, have some kind of a performance here, and he's challenging. I really enjoy that. Flashbang is going to force him off the angle for the moment. But he's looking towards lower tunnels. Jay, meanwhile, is in lower dark. He's with an op of his own, peering towards Catwalk. Default setup for Virtus.pro, making sure no one is pushing anywhere on the map.
Yeah, expecting a boost, which we did see out of Mad Lions when they were playing this map earlier. So maybe JM has been watching a little bit of that game and could just, remember that was something to look for. Some grenades being saved for Mad Lions, which is, I mean, still over a minute, so you kind of want for them to be saving those grenades. Let's see what they do. Still in the default, still creeping up, maybe wanting to push out and see what's on Catwalk. Again, that's very much part of an early round here on the T side of Dust2, just making sure no one is close to that corner. And they're really far away. If they start actually pushing for it, they'll be fighting Acor, and he's on the bomb side over at long, so he can't really easily escape, right? He would be committed more or less to this fight, which could be fine.
Yeah, I like that. I hope he's committed. I hope he just goes on a tear here. Needs to continue to challenge. Tough part, he's only got the one flashbang. He does have a Molotov to help out, and actually he kind of slinks back towards long so he can give it up and play for the retake. One kill is what he's looking for before they get in the sight, but he turns back. He misses the timing, turned right back into the second flash. Molotov might do some damage, but it's not going to stop the plant in any way. Sanji, although it could be forced into the open, but no one was watching for that transfer to the new box.
Look at Kickard. He could ruin this whole round. Wow, this is actually a wildly crazy play. If he shoots one or two in the back here, even just one, Bobski was looking for it, but how do you rate this now? There's almost no point even trying. Save what's at long. You know that if you go for this, Shush will have to, I don't know, cover 5 different angles at once, and that long push on its own, I don't think it's going to do enough. They are going to be trying to run up close, but Roy goes down, Kickard with a huge double, a triple overall in the round, and this is a very, very cool strategy coming out from VP, and it was, I mean, the timing on Kickard was perfect.
I mean, that flank just comes in. It is perfect, but it's perfect because they did the proper things. They forced Acor off the angle at the A bomb site. If he's able to get one kill, Kickard might have to change the pacing of that kind of a flank. But when they get in without any real danger, without any kind of defense being mounted, yeah, Kickard's in such a strong position. Even helping to prevent the cross, even helping to prevent that long hit from coming, or the long retake from being effective. This is, it's turning into a beatdown.
An actual beatdown, you're right. Not what we were expecting, not what it looked like. VP really had to pull themselves up by the bootstraps. Almost 2 shots away from winning the round, but it's not that easy.
Also, there's plenty of weapons on Catwalk for him to pick up. So, he can do this. They might not expect it because of the smoke. They might think that's a wall. Here it is. He pops up. Bomb's going to be going down, but Sanji's in a tough place. Low HP. He probably has to play this headshot angle, and Hunden doesn't find any utility to use, but he relocates.
Yeah, he wants to be quick about it, and he has to be quick. That's the other thing. There's no kit on him right now. This relocation, though, Sanji, surely he doesn't see it coming. He's looking at long, which is very interesting. And Hunden sneaking up close again. A few more seconds, and it's going to be out of time. He gets a shot. A nice 1 versus 2 clutch here for Hunden. Beating the smoke timing and then relocating and tricking Sanji into that one. That is, I mean, after having lost that many rounds in a row.
I was going to say, the streak has ended. Yeah, 17 rounds in a row for Virtus.pro, going back to that second map on Vertigo. Jesus. All right, I take a timeout, and I let everyone just breathe. Everyone just chill.
So winter is over. We're back.
We're back. We're back, baby.
Double up.
Frustration. Wanted that one. 4-1. Yeah, right into the double op. Acor and Bubsky.
Going for it. So it would have to be, you know, I guess it's 4-1, so almost don't want to call it a comeback, but in some sense it has to be, right? A mental comeback for Mad Lions to try and get back in the series and not be eliminated. That is what we're fighting for here after all. Acor for a minute looking down there. I don't mind the fact that he's fallen away because, again, that's one of the fundamental theories of this particular map is if you lose long, you just take Catwalk instead and hope that you can go for a retake, and that's fine.
Look at this timing, though. Ooh, and they might not even... What if they just pop flash? We've seen that come into style. They might not even smoke the wall, but here it is. There's the first one. There's the pop flash. We're just going to run over this gap, and they wanted that gap. Buster was loving that gap, and Hunden still waiting behind. Acor's taking attention, but you can see Adren covering his teammates around the edge of this smoke, and Hunden cannot find a way to get involved, but now he gets aggressive. Stops the plant in its tracks, and Virtus.pro once again have to recover. Wide swing from Hunden. 2 kills for him in the round.
Yeah, that's absolutely massive. They actually shot a couple of shots through the smoke, and I guess they just thought no one was there. So now 2-on-2, it's definitely not done. Sanji and James, Shush is flanking out at long. James is ready for it, and he takes him down. Heads up play from him, very aware of what might be happening. And Acor, he puts up a smoke. I think he wanted to maybe create some space for him to get on out and play at the edge of it. Not sure if anyone's hiding inside, and I don't even know. I've said a couple of times he's crazy, but he might actually be crazy.
So what I'm thinking is there's 2 options. Either he shot the op to like act like he dropped and was hoping to just walk out the other side of the smoke, or he thought he was falling because he was inside the smoke and he shot the op when he thought he would land and then just realized.
I'll go with that. I think that's what it is. He was trying to mask the sound of him falling.
That or just trying to fake it or something like that.
I think you're right.
Either way, neither of them worked, and it just looked a little bit silly. Just got a sprained ankle for his troubles.
Very silly. Yeah. But ultimately, you know, Hunden again, very, very good double kill.
The opening from Buster, man, that was sick.
Yeah. I mean, but this is the kind of thing that, you know, you should win you the round back in some sense. There's just, you know, they can't get that follow-up kill immediately. And VP, look at how they actually just, as soon as they're in that 2v2, they just slow down. They don't do anything. They wait, and then they're able to pick up that kill on long. That's also good fundamentals.
Lower dark push. I think that was spotted. Adren and Buster both backed off. Yeah, it had to have been.
Well, when that smoke is up in middle, no matter what, right, you're going to be putting a pause on everything.
There's an upper dark push as well. Shush came in there, but they see absolutely nothing, so he's going to shrink the map for his team. Back over towards long A we go. There's going to be 4 players here, and there is investment. There is the op on Acor. There is a kit on Shush with an SMG, 2 upgraded pistols, and 2 flashbangs on Hunden.
This almost feels planned from Mad Lions in the sense that they never actually kept pushing up and down. They just said, let's just go here and then run back and hope that we force them out into long, which in some sense they have. Hunden has a flashbang. See if he can set up his teammates. They're all right around the corner. Timing is everything right now. They go before any grenades are thrown, and that is not going to be a fight you can win. And now, yeah, the pistol should not be doing anything here. Roy will get a kill, and the long-range AWP, that could be a bit of a saving moment. Another high flashbang as they come in. Roy nearly wrecking the entire team there. And Adren now with a 1 versus 2, and he's being flanked by Shush. He's right behind him with the MP9. Adren has really no idea that he's boxed in this heavily. He can win the round still. He's got 40 seconds, and, well, that would be so upsetting to Mad Lions.
Oh, they were so committed to this long play, Virtus.pro. Turning that corner and challenging against the pistols.
They were almost herded into here.
Yeah.
Herding bears. Is anyone trying to do that?
for purposes of domestication.
Yeah.
Pet bear. Adren's going to be able to pick up a lot of utility. Crossing is going to be tough. He needs to find a smoke on the ground would be a huge benefit. Acor is too far away for a flashbang to really be, you know, super effective. Here it comes. And he makes it. He's legged. He needs to just get the bomb planted. 8 seconds. That's about the best you could really hope for at this point. But from long, I don't think he can stop him. Shush is going to surely get him. Adren has a chance. He needs this kill. He needs the headshot immediately, and it doesn't happen.
Fair play to Adren. I mean, what are you meant to do at that point in time?
Yeah, not too much. Double op is recovered, but listen, that's a round that Mad Lions are going to be very happy about winning. That they were at a huge disadvantage, but you can see the power of just the 2-3 flashbangs they picked up along with those weapons. That's perfect. And that's Virtus.pro maybe getting caught in a cycle of strategies that were all called to go towards long. They'd found so much success at long A that...
Yeah. It's one of the few times I've really seen them on the T side so far throughout this best of 3 where they look a slight bit hesitant, and I can't blame them, but the thing is, the first fight that happens at that corner, right, there are no grenades thrown from Mad Lions. I actually thought they were going to lose around right then and there. I guess the AWP that's up on the bomb side is what kind of, also makes them think, oh, we can't just, wide swing out to take the fight.
Yeah.
But they were stopped at that corner, and then the grenades started coming in, and suddenly it sort of fell apart. So slowing it down at that position, I don't know. That was rough.
This will be interesting. Buster's going to have a real chance here. Flashbang coming in from lower dark to help out. I'm not sure if they expect that position. That's a missed grenade from Shush. Buster's still waiting patiently. Default spread for Virtus.pro. Sanji towards long. Kickert, Adren, Jame now coming to meet up with Buster in upper dark.
I wonder if they're going to be boosting Jame. I mean, maybe she's going to go straight for the peak, but
They're being so loud, rotating upper to lower dark.
Yeah. Stomping all over the map. Roy's in middle. Can't see anything because of that smoke. Would love to get a glimpse of what's going on. Maybe could catch good, but that timing is...
That's brutal that he sees absolutely none of that, because that's the third player rotated over towards the B bomb site. Sanji's going to have a real chance here. If he gets this kill on it, it's huge. It's huge. There's no defense at A. He's about to find that out. A-Core pushing in and scoping, and Sanji's calling it out.
Yep.
He's saying the opposite long. You have a free reign at the A bomb site.
Wow, that's the round, isn't it? Unless something miraculous happens, I don't even think they can fight for the retake. You're absolutely right. He hears the scope, and the rest of the crew just go for it. A-Core goes down. Sanji, 2 kills, a third one on top. Now he's just mocking them. And Shush and Bubsky have to make a run for it. That's...
You almost have to feel bad for Mad Lions, because a lot of that comes down to the information that Roy was not able to gather when he was rotating to B.
It's true.
And I mentioned they made so much noise in upper and lower dark, and for whatever reason, that made this Mad Lions defense very nervous. Call a third player over. I think maybe again, it's because they themselves on their T sides like to kind of lure you into stacking a bomb site for defense and then hit and switch it up and hit the other side. And maybe they're thinking that's exactly what's going to happen. Virtus.pro attacking long 5 times in the first, 7 rounds of the game. Go back to B. Maybe that's what they're expecting.
It's so amazing. You could draw a whole flowchart from when Hunden gets shot in the face with a deagle and how many different options Virtus.pro still have to consider. But as soon as you add the extra bit of info that he hears the scope, the flowchart kind of narrows to 1. Like, there's just one thing left, basically. There could theoretically be someone at A, but that's still a fight they're happy to take, right? Like,
that would have been a 4-on-1.
4-on-1.
Yeah.
So, we end up talking about kills and flicks and amazing, shots all of the time. But, yeah, the sound of that scope, that did it. That was like 2 or 3 options left at that point in time that they had to consider.
But you also have to think, Mad Lions is so convinced at the time that Hunden decides to make the decision to push out of long A, that is because they are so convinced it's going to be a hit towards the B bomb site. Hunden's like, I'm going to push out long. I'll either have the information, I'll have a fast flank, I can come around through mid if they're trying to do mid to B split. There's so many possibilities. They're just convinced it's not going to be A. And it's all because Roy missed every piece of information, not due to any fault of his own, just timing with the smoke.
Oh, they actually had set that up to try and bait him out. It doesn't matter. Jame is still able to get the shot. And now up close, Roy, he nearly looked away. If they'd lost him as well, it would have been the round done. Down the middle, I have no idea how Bubsky is still alive, but they line up for Shush, and that will be a Dren Buster with no chance to break through. I think Mad Lions are very lucky to be in this 2-on-4 right now.
Oh, I think that Virtus.pro just kind of got way overeager. I think we'll get back to that in a second. Hunden's going to have a chance here at long. There's the peak. They line up for him. He can only get the 1, but Roy's going to finish it off. I think Mad Lions assumed the B bomb site was going to be wide open. They saw 3 players in mid. They picked off 1.
Oh, VP, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, VP picked off 1. They saw the second opper still trying to support, and they saw the guy at the top of Catwalk get a kill. So they're saying, oh, 3 players in mid, 3 players pushing mid. certainly we killed one of them. Certainly, you know, there's not going to be a defender at the B bomb site.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, that's even good maths, right? It makes sense that that
Yeah.
could be the truth. So they're out of money, and it's 3 to 6. Yeah, I mean, it's good news for Mad Lions that they've managed to get these 3 rounds. They're not even in a row. They're literally segmented by VP winning a a round every time, so it's just 1 round at a time.
But if you look at the last 5 rounds that have been played, even in losses, Mad Lions have been, you know, saving 1 to 2 weapons in the 2 losses they've had in the last 5.
Yeah.
They've been able to use some guns in their hand to be able to fight for the next rounds. Virtus.pro.
I almost feel like if Mad Lions, you know, come all the way back in this first half and actually have a good half, it almost feels a bit dirty, doesn't it?
You can see the observer there mentioning the utility damage. 3 players, Shush, Bubsky, and Roy. No utility damage whatsoever. Actually, just not a whole lot of nade damage coming out in this server at all at the moment. Yeah, this is just a straight up, this is a brawl.
Oh, Roy, this could be either really great or really terrible. Turns around, then he's pretty quick on the trigger. Almost getting shot in the back. What a teammate Acor is, saving him at least for another 2 seconds. And Kickert now picking up the AK, and he's making a run for it.
This could be crazy. If he's able to get this kill, this is the only defender. Hunden's the only one at the A bomb site. If he finds this headshot with the AK, that's got to make Hunden very nervous. He's going to back away. Perfect flashbang. Now, the tough part is James is alone at long with the bomb. Yeah, so he can't be the one to make a play.
No, they're not committed to this either, but Kickert, they've got more than a minute. And Kickert is so far in behind enemy lines that theoretically, right, he could spend some time like he's doing now, waiting and looking for another kill. And you know Mad Lions are going to be scared and very nervous about this current situation. I mean, they haven't completely lost track of him, but one mistake, and if it cost them the round, it might cost them the half, and it might cost them the whole series. Let's see. He has a Molotov picked up as well. 40 seconds.
I don't think there's anything you can do, especially because neither Adren, and I mean, James has a Glock in the bomb, so he can't do much. But Adren only with the Deagle. It'd be great if he could find that kill. But the defense still not shifting. They have no reason to. So Kickert still doesn't have his opening, and he'll have to way overextend to find a favorable fight. And he does have armor, so I mean, he could do something.
Oh, he eats a grenade. That's pretty brutal. Now the bomb is at least being brought up here, so James should be able to have a chance at it. Adren has a Deagle. Low percentage to win a 3-on-4 in this kind of an environment, but not out of the question. Adren is sneaking around in lower darkies, just again hoping to slow them down and maybe catch a rotation.
He can win. Adren can win this round.
Yeah, he absolutely can. 1 good kill, and if he buys time, there's 3 of them out there, but they're waiting for him. Oh, they're still not getting the kill. He does pick it up, and now again, he's just being annoying. Spying time. They need to almost forget about him and just go. He tries for another headshot, and it doesn't happen. That is much closer than you think, ladies and gentlemen. If he gets 1 more kill and just stays hidden, they almost can't retake it.
Well, Hunden got the 2 kills on the other side.
Wow, that's scary.
That actually turned out to be a very frightening round. 6-4. Well played by Virtus.pro, applying a lot of pressure even without being able to bring a whole lot to the party. AWP back in James' hands. Kickert with the Deagle.
Well, there's even just a momentum switch that you can feel when you see Kickert pick up that AK-47. Yeah. I mean, you just feel like, oh, you know, they're actually so dangerous right now. Everyone is worried.
For me, I just looked at the minimap and I'm like, holy hell, Hunden's the only one still at A.
Yeah.
They're in for some trouble. Bubsky being aggressive with an AWP of his own. Acor has his op at long A for the moment. And full control of long A for Mad Lions.
This is probably nothing. It's probably just a glitch here, but VP threw one of those smokes that's out of A long, and it's completely missed. So you want to be very careful about that. I think it either landed really far back or really for those 2 smokes right there. Now, if they do that again and they somehow mess it up and they actually try and go for it, that's dangerous.
Well, also, I mean, kind of shame on us, I guess, for not bringing it up earlier. When we watched Mad Lions play EG on Dust2, one of the big strengths they had on both sides, both offense and defense, was their ability to hold and take long. Hold it on the CT and take it on the T side. So Virtus.pro, we saw them open up in this half with a heavy lean towards long A, but that's not going to last the whole time with Mad Lions being so proficient at its defense. So if they can't find another recipe towards middle, towards the B bomb site, Virtus.pro can be in some trouble. If they just stall out and fall flat on these long hits, it's been 10 rounds. We haven't seen a single mid to B. We haven't really seen a large-scale B attack.
A mid to B right now would be lethal to Mad Lions because they would have no info. But out long, though, with the smoke going down at 35 seconds and 2 players there, One of them close with the M4 should make it really, really powerful. And didn't want to be careful. There is going to be a flashbang set up from... Oh, no, he's actually not even doing it. I thought he was going to throw it maybe for a pop flash close to the doors. Hunden should have a chance to get at least one. But if he goes down, Acor's in a weird position, and just the drive-by with the Deagle-less kicker takes him down. Acor throwing a grenade up there, thinking more people are going to be coming, but they're close range. He'll drop one, and some backup is there. He misses the second shot. 8 seconds left. Okay, I don't think they can actually make it. Bubsky needs to run right now. He's won the round if he doesn't go down. Buster's running close here. Yeah, time is running.
Oh my God, I cannot believe he peeked. What has gotten in that guy's head?
I don't know.
What has gotten into him?
That's why you want to see Peacemaker, to slap him right afterwards. What are you doing?
Jesus. That made me nervous. All right, well, VP actually had a pretty decent success there. I think, I mean, that could have been a real legit round if they had just, you know, pulled the trigger on the attack a little bit earlier.
They're so dangerous, even in halfway losing scenarios. That is the big momentum switch right now, because Mad Lions have all these players that, you know, they do have a lot of flavor in their style. Acor we talk about a lot, but it's not like Shush and Bubsky are boring players to watch, right? Yeah. And Roy's been playing that solo, you know, Lone Ranger type style, even on the CT side a lot. So they're not doing any of that right now. I really feel like they're just mentally so far behind in this game at the moment, even though they've just won some rounds.
They've won 3 in a row, Mad Lions, and they've won 5 of the last 7. So I'm actually on a pretty decent streak at the moment. Roy, I like that he's keeping his aggressive play despite having he had a really tough vertigo and not having a great start to Dust2, but we've seen him push a couple of times. At least still confident. 5 on 4 for a minute and a half for VP.
Shush is alone in the bomb site with an MP9 and a flashbang. That is not going to be functional.
They really don't care what he has to work with. They're just like, sorry, bro, you're on your own.
It's the do more with less approach to an organizational structure. Well, it's got Hunden here, so there's something. HE and an M4, of course, and I think maybe especially that HE. The right time for that could really work out. Bubsky's out long looking into it.
It feels like Hunden's just trying to really read when this like he expects it at some point. Yep. He's like waiting for it to come in.
It's not this time though.
And again, I mean, now it's not only not this time, but this is another round where there's really no defense at the A bomb site. Virtus.pro's actually found a free A bomb site a number of times on this map to at least get the plant, and now they have the weaponry to actually hold things as well.
I mean, it's another round where you have to almost say from Mad Lions' point of view, as soon as you realize this is going on, you might not even have a chance to really do much of anything about it. Bubsky with the AWP down long, but he can't obviously just run and challenge it. If he misses a shot when he's pushed close, then he's not going to get a second one. Smoke goes up, but yeah, I would call it off almost already. What would be the plan to retake it? 4 on 5.
You have a double op too. It's so expensive. The hard part is Bubsky's alone in pit. Now maybe they don't chase him down. They don't have a lot of money. Virtus.pro.
You almost want Shush to try and go to that long cave, you know, just to distract. But
yeah, or at least give some help, because Adren's certainly going to go try and get that AP. They know he's there.
And let's see, no more flashbangs, at least on the T side. So should be a clean shot for Bubsky, who's now moving a bit closer. I think that's probably good news that he's doing this. If he's in the pit when they come jumping, could be really, really risky. Oh, missed chance. That's an AWP gone. The M4 and the AWP will be saved on the other side, but amazing call from VP. They're doing such a fine job. It's not great for Mad Lions, but it's good Counter-Strike to watch from VP's point of view.
I don't even know if I can call it a good call, because I don't think they really had information. Like they've still set up the smoke walls, right? Like they didn't know that it was going to be completely wide open, but they're just able to find it. So I mean, yeah, it's obviously, it looks good, but Mad Lions doing a lot of gambles. Ooh, here we go. Push. This is going to be a crunch. 2 coming from upper, 2 coming from lower, but it's a bit disjointed. Lower's already taken care of, and so is the upper prong of that attack. Jesus, Mad Lions just wiped out of the server.
And they hear that over, they say, that's fine. Fiora, they're actually in the middle. It's going to be James to pick him up. Yeah, they got definitely wiped out. You said 2 different arms of that attack, but there was a smoke hiding. I mean, they almost couldn't fight because of that one smoke. Who threw that? Do we know?
No, I
actually need to know that, because if it was VP throwing that smoke to block that off, maybe I'm just making it up. Was there? No, there was.
That was grenade smoke.
Oh, just grenade smoke. Well, that is very fortunate timing for
And
it.
that probably would have been Madlines banking a grenade as they went for the peak.
Yeah. And I think that at least helped them in terms of... now they've got a meeting in the middle. Group meeting.
How would you guys like to get slaughtered in this round? Ooh, good nade, good nade, good nade. Yes!
Fire in the hole. Nice running headshot. But 9-5. And what's so weird is that 5 rounds is kind of workable on CT side Dust2. A 6 would be, I think, you know, more of a comfort zone. It's not like they're completely done. It's just that VP are playing much better Counter-Strike at the moment. Don't know how to say it. This is good.
They are. They seem very, very comfortable on Dust2 at the moment. Now, we have seen in, I mean, each of the 2 maps, we've seen some pretty crazy momentum swings at various points, so Madeline's certainly not written out of it just yet. It's just going to be a very difficult T-side for him. Nade comes in, Jane brought down very low, so with the AWP, it's not the biggest deal in the world. That's a big find for Adren, and just unrelenting aggression from Madelines at the moment.
Hunden with a massive task out at long, alone with the FAMAS, hiding inside of at the edge of the smoke. Royce pushed up into middle. So they're taking some crazy risks right now, once again, Madeline, to try and get into position. And it seems like they've done a good job here. They're all lined up. Missed opportunity for both AWPs and Acol. He really wants to find this fight right now. They're getting close with the rifles, and he misses the chance of leaving Roy in a 1 versus 3 and 10-5 in the first half in favor of VP. They are so much in control of this game and looking to eliminate Mad Lions sooner rather than later.
That would be a massive upset. VP's able to do it. We'll find out right after halftime.
Where the sun doesn't go down, and we will drift away until the day the world stops spinning. Oh, baby. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, yeah. The stars falls around us, entwining us. So baby, stay with me where the sun doesn't go down, and we will drift away until the day the world stops spinning, 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 until the day the world stops spinning.
Bears versus Lions as we get into the final half of this series, and one of these two teams is going home, and right now, in every way, it feels like it might be the Lions. They're down 5 rounds behind, but that's not really, it's not even the numbers, it's the way that VP have just fully come alive. They seem like they're so much in control of this game. They're playing better individually, and I don't know what the Danes can do to bring this back.
I mean, I called Virtus.pro a hangnail in that first map because they just kept sticking around and just being a pain for Mad Lions to actually close. And now it's happening across the whole series.
Yeah.
Virtus.pro, actually, this is the first time in all 3 maps that we've watched where Virtus.pro feels like they actually have the edge for the moment. James tapping away in towards Long Cave. That's a tough fight for Roy, especially against that USP. Dangerous to just take 1 bullet. Turns from the flashbang. He's back. Now his teammate's down, and James has got to back away.
Yeah, James trying to really help out Adren. That's why he's still sticking around there. I don't know how they land those headshots, but they did, and Kickit's not going to be happy about it. The bomb's all on the other side, so they're just trying to make themselves look louder and bigger than they are, maybe.
They said, look, the fake worked perfectly on Vertigo. Let's go for it again. And guess what, Anders? It's working perfectly again. No information. Buster's already going to try and flank up Catwalk, but it doesn't matter. Bombsite B is open.
They've sent that second email asking for their credit card details. And VP every time are like, well, you know, if it works, it's gonna we're making so much money. Can't believe it.
Like, all right, the Nigerian
still
didn't work
now
out.
They know. Only now. 2 seconds ago did they find out. Now, Shush and Hunden have got to get here pretty quickly. You don't want to defuse in the middle of this, then all the fun comes to an end. Hunden, a little bit of a battle with Buster, and he's going to actually get the worst of it. Shush takes down Jame with the flank inside of the bomb side, though. Bobski and Acor holding it. 2 versus 3, and Shush just continuing. Long range, he doesn't even care. Acor ducking down, and yep, just stay hidden, and you'll win the round. That's all there is to it here. Sanji, nice headshot, and there's no time for him. He needs to find this kill, but he can just listen. There's a final little bit of a step up. The bomb will take him down. They've sold it again.
That's brutal. I mean, the hard part is VP, this time at the very least, lost a player right at the start. They had a Gush player as well. They were feeling very nervous. The wall of smokes, the presence in that A bomb site, that was actually a well-sold fake, where I think on Vertigo the fake was really, really effective, but that was more a mistake on VP's side. This one was perfectly executed by Mad Lions.
Those were some absurd shots coming out from Shush. With a Glock, no less. Grenade. Oh, it's going to be a little bit too soon. Oh, actually,
it just missed.
He missed entirely.
Straight up missed. The flashbang didn't miss. Sanji's eyes burnt out of his head.
Yeah, there's nothing left is there.
He was like clockwork oranged into that flashbang. Roy gonna lead the way up long. Oh, 4 players here. This could be a staunch resistance. They have no flashbangs, unfortunately, but some spam coming through. Good kill for a Dread, but that AK is just way too close. And that scout on Jame, surely you can't stop Roy at this point. Up over the top, controlling the bomb site. Adren and Kicker just have nothing to really stand on in this fight. What?
I don't know.
That was pretty precise for being through smoke.
Some people just know how to do that. And they're not sharing the secrets, are they? Not telling the rest of us.
Glaive.
Glaive, yeah, there's a whole list of people that do that. They were at the right bomb side, though. They had the right idea.
They were at the right bomb site.
Those are some of those fights. I mean, it turned out very one-sided, but if you get it right the first 2 couple of shots and somehow slow them down, it can definitely be different.
I think if they had a flashbang and those players inside the site could actually swing wide on the angle, that would have been nice. I mean, they had, what, I think like 1 or 2 smokes. I think they had an HE. They had pretty much every nade except for the flashbang that they needed. So Mad Lions are going to be up to 7, at least closing the gap, starting to fight back early in this first half. Very similar to what we've seen in the previous maps, where they have good starts, but something seems to slip away. There's got to be a weird feeling for Mad Lions playing from behind like this.
Not what they've been used to.
They had that big lead on Overpass, eventually closing it out 16-14. They had a really good start. I think it was, what, 6-1 on Vertigo before eventually just getting absolutely beat down by VP. They ended up losing 16-7.
What might be super interesting is to see what will happen if they actually start to build a bit more confident. He's done.
He wasted the good shot in an eco round.
I think they'll take it. But yeah, just what happens if Mad Lions can start to build that confidence? And, you know, because they've just been hammered so badly on the last 2 maps. You know, it's finally turned a bit now. So if they can start to rediscover a little bit of that, will that actually make a difference?
What's really interesting to me in this map so far, we pointed this out at one stage during the first half, or our observer did, and we kind of latched onto it. Still, though, the amount of utility damage between these two teams in this map is not anything crazy. And for like a meta in Counter-Strike that's really emphasized nade placement and flashbangs and Molotovs, and you know, utility has become such a big part over the last year or two since Astralis' rise to the top. It's just weird seeing nades and Molotovs not really dictating a whole lot in this game.
Yeah, I guess out of a bunch of the maps, maybe Dust2 is not the most friendly for it.
I don't know. Catwalk is a pretty nice little bottleneck for magnet for nades.
Catwalk, A long, I guess B tunnels. Yeah, I mean they could definitely do it, right?
Yeah.
This is
That's disgusting.
But I almost feel like if you want to be throwing, especially HEs on this map, it's almost better to just do it sort of more or less
Right at the start.
Yeah, not in the middle of a
Sway
fight.
the fast-paced play, yeah.
Yeah. Smoke and a jump, and we have rifles in the hands of VP. So see if they can shut down the Danes here once again. Second half, it's 10-8. So Mad Lions, they've had a little bit of time to rest. They've got a couple of rounds going their way. They get spotted out the middle, and the bomb is actually still making its way in there. That's an amazing trade. Buster inside. He's going to get one more kill, but they're coming in from upper dark as well. The backup a little bit further away. That Molotov will not spread to him all the way, so they still need to actually go and find him. If Buster could do it again, he's been saving them so many times. A lot of damage, and they do take him out. 2-on-2, but the flank for Adren is lightning fast, and up in the window waiting is James with the AWP. He instantly kills Shush, and there's Adren again. They're so quick about it. Nice round from VP. Very, very quick rotation.
James' first kill saves the day. Buster handles the player coming through window, but he's getting pinched from B tunnels, and he's about to have a player turn the corner into the double doors. James picks that guy off, and that just causes everyone this kill right here.
Yep.
Lipsky just got the kill on Kicker, so it wasn't quite as fast as he would have liked, but that turns it into the fact that Buster can just hide in the back of the bomb site. That buys an extra 6 or 7 seconds. It was perfect. 8-11. James with the AWP, A-Core with an AWP as well. And James going to back off Catwalk as his teammate comes in for support.
Did he want to fall down?
I don't know.
No, he's asking to
for a
be
boost. Yeah, that's awkward.
Could have shot just run the whole way.
He's going to have to use the Molotov to slow it down. He'd have to wait, prime it, another flashbang. So that eats some utility, and obviously not as efficient a setup as he would like.
Is he just staying there?
He is just staying.
That's a very nasty off angle. If I don't think people will be checking that.
No, but the problem is it's only good for one.
Yeah.
And then you give up so much ground in the bomb site itself. The real tragedy in all this is it's Adren who's kind of screwed. He's got the SMG, and now he's stuck in the bomb site, which is why you see Sanji and James on the minimap starting to retake long. Good kill from Buster with the flashbang, getting aggressive in mid. Here comes a little bit more utility and another peek. Kicker's so close to death, and he's traded.
Buster's alone in B, and they're really far. Look at Sanji, though. Pushing out long K, 50 seconds. He could wreck this whole round, and the Mad Lions economy is not shaped up for this.
I can't believe he's running.
No, he's making so much noise doing this. Roy, did he hear? He's certainly looking for it, and he wins the fight. Oh, man, there was a big opportunity there. James needs to back on out. Don't fight this. Save that AWP.
Especially knowing Roy's lurking in mid. You can see them both addressing the situation, trying to find an escape route. Oh, Roy takes one more scalp. It's James trying to save the AWP. And yeah, it felt like Sanji was actually going to be able to save that round with a massive flank. Completely blind. James is dead.
Very dead.
As dead as you could get. That's the money for VP. They can do a small buy, or they could just full save and buy in the next one.
We were praising VP for the calm and sort of the cool of it. I wonder what made Sanji run. They must have known that they weren't, like, the bomb wasn't down, right? There's nothing.
No, they weren't even, they were at the catwalk stairs.
Yeah, there wasn't that much pressure. Oh, well, James is gone. They only have pistols, again, of around.
Wasting the good shot on the pistols.
Yeah, apparently. But still, we'll take it.
Well, Virtus.pro, 1 round lead now.
Yep.
And again, we mentioned momentum swings. Here's another one. Mad Lions opening this half, winning 5 of the first 6.
Yeah, that's what they needed, and somehow they found a way to do it. I must say, this is a roller coaster game so far. And I think now we're at the point where this game is so close that whatever team ends up winning, it's going to be absolutely heartbreaking. Or losing, I guess, is the heartbreaking part.
Yeah, whichever team loses this is going to be crushed, because Mad Lions will feel like they had the opportunity on Vertigo. They gave it up with some forward play. Virtus.pro is going to feel like that comeback on Overpass should have been theirs.
Yeah.
Oh, and both teams are going to think they should have won this map.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's down to.
11-10, Virtus.pro. Timeout is called as they buy up. James has a decision to make if he wants to go for an AWP with no armor.
Surely yes. Surely yes.
I don't think so. Sanji would have to drop.
Buster dropped it for him.
Okay.
So they went a little bit of a middle route. Leaves them in a decent position. They do not have a defuse kit. Sanji could buy one, I think. Maybe they were right. Maybe not.
Maybe not. No kits.
No kits at all. That's, I mean, it's not the end of the world. Can be dangerous.
It makes the game a little bit more difficult. You have a little less options.
Close B spawn. Doubt if they want to go for a B rush. We don't see many of those when rifles are in play.
I'm so down for it, though.
Oh.
I'm so down for it. I hope they do it. Oh
There's
my god, it's only Buster.
Person.
It's only Buster to defend.
He only has the smoke. He's got no grenades, no nothing to slow them down with. He's going to toss that smoke, and it doesn't really matter. They're already out behind him, and that's almost a round, unless they get a miracle shot down the middle. What a knockout.
Oh, that is... You want to know what it's like playing B bomb site on Dust2. It is just like you're largely ignored, and then you casually go to your spot the next round, and you just eat a flashbang for no good reason. And then you die.
Yeah, it's not an enviable position.
That's just the most quintessential B rush outcome I've seen.
Yeah, all of the fellow B side players out there, they all take a moment.
Bro.
Yeah, get it. We get
Pour
it.
your drink out, pour out the tea, the apple juice, whatever you got.
Oh man.
Fallen comrade.
Now they have a lot of money, Mad Lions. If they can take anything away right now, this is the part where the economy, especially, I think, is going to make a huge difference. Molotov could maybe get any kill right now on VP would make a big difference. Not going to spread quite far enough. It looks like, well, maybe at the end, Kickett's, yeah, keeping it cool in spite of the flames. And that'll tie it up at 11-11. But so, big win for Mad Lions, but VP saving 4 rifles means it's not...
It's not a complete disaster, right?
No.
It was just one player who went down. They're just going to re-full buy, and actually even a stronger buy this round than they had in the previous one. See a few more kits picked up, a few more nades picked up as well. So we're all tied up, but essentially a reset. We get to start that round all over, try it again. This time no B spawns, no B rush. That is a gimmick that's going to work once, and you might not want to go back to it. Long take, though, for the Mad Lions. It's Roy. Him and Shush combined for the opening kill. Sanji overextends to get the trade, and he's able to make it back safely.
An enormous amount of confusion, if I'm being honest, on the VP side there, but they actually did it.
Oh, look at all the utility that's gone in the first 20 seconds on both sides. Both teams had full utility before this.
James bumped into the smoke grenade that lands at Longcore, and then he wanted to fall back. Then Adren keeps fighting, which, I don't know, I would rather they all fall back. But then when Adren dies, Sanji comes back. It's like, that's so much back and forth. It doesn't seem to make much sense. And somehow it still worked out. So 4 versus 4 now, a minute left. Kickett alone at the bomb site. And again, this is doable, but all he has is an M4. So he needs an instant headshot, and then he needs to hide and stay alive for Buster to show up, or this won't even be a round once again.
Yeah, but
50
look,
seconds.
Buster has a flashbang. So if he can hide, Buster can throw that over the wall. He just needs that one initial fight. That's what you're playing for. There it is. He throws his own flashbang. He needs it from his teammate. It's coming in right now. Here's the peek. Completely blind is hunted, and he gets the kill quick enough. But then he's burned out of position, and Shush delivers. 3 kills so far in the round, and Virtus.pro, you might want to save again. It's a 2-on-3 with the AWP. You must have that. You must have that.
Wow, I can't believe it. Another triple kill for sure. He's really been a god in this game. 23 and 13, and he was amazing on the last 2 maps as well. So right now, this is looking like it's his series, if I'm being quite honest. If they end up turning this, they'll have to, you know, carry him out or something on a chair. Just raise him up.
Isn't that a bar mitzvah?
It could be. Oh, yeah, that's true, isn't it? You're right.
We could bring it into Counter-Strike. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, let's do it. It's going to be 12-11. Mad Lions back in the lead after having been just really badly beat up by VP. They keep saving that AWP on James. They buy another one on Kickett in this round. You have to imagine that anytime you leave game with that AWP, you're going to be worried.
It is kind of a dangerous game, right? Because he's one of those dynamic operators who can do. Ooh.
Well,
Wonder what that was at though. I didn't see anything that big of a disaster.
I think it was just probably just the frustration.
The just general build-up of frustration over 3 maps.
Well, it's also, I think I can sympathize with the idea that, you know, from VP's point of view, they're thinking, why on earth are they hitting B one more time like this? You know, they don't have the info to really go on it. They just, you know, they push them back long. That's fine, but then, yeah, another time B, only one person in there who has not that much to fight with.
Yeah,
I could see why that'd be like, you know, can't they just for once show up where we actually have like a fair fight?
7 of 8 rounds in the second half going in the favor of Mad Lions.
Wow.
4 in a row as well. And the tough part for Virtus.pro, it just gets worse. There's just so much money built up for Mad Lions. Struggling to put rounds on the board, and you're going to have to put multiple to take all of that away. And again, mentioned this in the first half. Mad Lions' ability to control long on both sides of the map is a thing of beauty.
They caught him. I can't believe there was a gap in that smoke. But again, that long fight, when you throw that smoke, I think I was trying to say this yesterday, maybe a little bit of hyperbole, but whatever you want, that long corner on the T side, you can have it. I mean, barring just some crazy shenanigans.
Defense. Well, the nice thing for VP in a round where they're man disadvantaged, they have had the advantage in terms of map control and map information. They've pushed up through upper dark, lower dark. They've cleared all that out. They know mid is clear. They know catwalk is clear. So
yeah,
Virtus.pro know everything that's happening on the map, but the question becomes, can they actually stop it? Buster has an AWP. There's 2 smokes for the wall, though.
And Jason, I'll bring it back to the Lord of the Rings reference, right? It's not knowing the battle is going to happen at Helm's Deep. You're not happy about it, are you?
No, you're still not happy about it.
Still inside of the walls.
There's a lot of dorky little orcs waiting for you.
Yeah. We'll see what they can do. They did win that battle, so maybe it's a bad reference. We'll find out. 4 versus 3, 35 seconds. Kickert needs a lot of headshots. He's going to get the one, but he can't follow it up. Roy will take him down, and Adrenaline Buster. Yeah, I was going to say, do you want to go for it? And they don't. They just don't have the money to throw away these rifles. 13-11.
This is where it's getting sticky, though. I mean, you have 2 players there. You have Adren and Kickert, and the angle that Kickert's taking inside the site down towards railing, yeah, it's a clever gap in the smoke, but it prevents Adren from helping you in any way. Like, there's no ability for Adren on catwalk to get involved in that fight, whereas if you just play standard behind the box, it's a headshot angle, it's probably more expected from Mad Lions, or definitely more expected, but at least Adren can provide you some covering fire, some distraction from far away. He can prevent them from wide swinging onto you.
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
It's nitpicky, and those are the details that slip away first in that pressure.
They definitely are. And in Kickert's mind, he's probably played a little movie reel inside of his own head saying, you know, they're gonna come charging past it, which they almost did, and I'll just spray and kill 3 of them in an instant, right? That's the dream. And it stayed a dream this time. 13-11, 25th round. Mad Lions 3 rounds away from sending VP packing. I mean, it's a gap in you know, 4-round differential here. I think this could turn instantly. I would not be celebrating or feeling any kind of confidence that right now Mad Lions setting up for at least in the B hallways. They're not going to go quick, and that's pretty good because there's 3 people inside. They might try and follow it up. Yep, here they come, and VP already. This should be a round 1 every single time. Adren gets a kill. That's the bomb committed, and inside of the bomb site, more of the defense is fighting through, and the Danes get completely destroyed here. It's A-Core in a 1 versus 4, and he's just got the kill there on Kickert. They should find a way to make sure that they can just box him in and never let him out again. Up on top, he gets it, turns around, and Buster, he finally puts him down. My God.
When you're Buster spraying at A-Core, there's like that internal clock in your head that's counting the seconds of when that op can shoot again, and you're like, oh God, please land. Well, the stack gets him a nice round on the board after 5 in a row for Mad Lions. VP put a stop to that. There's still so much cash to burn through. A-Core's got 15,000. Roy just bought up. I think he had something like 12,000. There's money everywhere. So Mad Lions looking pretty good down the stretch of this game with a 1-round lead.
And that's, you know, you make a call like that really on both sides, but I think if you're VP, that's a nice call to be making, but you obviously, you need more stuff than that, because that's probably not going to happen, you know, that many more times.
You're going to have to win some grindy rounds
Yeah.
in the mid-round sections with some really good reads.
That was the second round they've won in the second half.
You switch into the double op. Here we go. Jame and Buster. We've seen this defense just be a straight-up checkmate at times.
They're going to be split.
3 smokes utilized right off the bat.
Look at Bubsky. They're going to be split. He's going to throw the smoke from a long range. He's already done it. Yeah, they're going to go for it, right? This was set up from spawn. This is a call out of spawn. There's no doubt about it. The smoke in middle, though, it might be off. I actually think
missed.
Oh, it's right there. That's a mistake and a half. Look at upper dark. That Roy and Acor are set up for this. Now they have to stop.
They used 3 smokes at the start of this round, even before that mid to B smokes. They only have 1 left for the rest. This is actually a multi-layered mistake.
Yeah.
Shush. Gonna try and lead the way with the Krieg. Sanji's out in the open. Jame is here as well, but Virtus.pro gonna be thanking their lucky stars when they see that on replay. Now we're talking. Look at that nade damage.
Working on it. If you can convert this round into a win, Mad Lions, you should consider yourself very lucky. Almost all of the utility wasted in the opening of the round. I love the idea. It's such a cool idea. It did not work out. Hunden setting up for that. This is how that mid-smoke was supposed to work in the first place. And then they're still going to go for it. They just say, you know what? The plan is the plan. Don't divert. Kicker going to be buying a lot of time. Now they have to come in through the window. This upper dark push has to work out, and they're defending it really well. VP might be right back in the action here. Buster with the AWP finally goes down, and there's 29 seconds. Oh, it's anybody's game here. Acor in the middle, he peeks, and Jame was expecting it. That's some heads-up play, and that means the bomb. Oh, he gets tabbed right through the door, and Bubsky, I mean, he can win this fight, but he's never going to win the round. 14 seconds left. He's down in the middle, fighting against Jame, even making a bit of noise. And VP about to equalize. They will. Well done. 13-13.
Oh, no. Mad Lions, the utility mistake is heartbreaking. Oh, your plan that was set up right out of spawn, completely ruined. 13 all. Good thing they still have money. They can buy right back up, and they have the full playbook available, and they even have another full buy after this. So things aren't all lost yet for Mad Lions. What a great defense from Buster with the AWP. 2 kills in the tunnel.
And the Molotov in the door.
And remember, they would have had 1 smoke left over to extinguish that if they hadn't missed the mid-smoke. They had to use their final smoke to set that up in CT spawn. Here's Acor challenging aggressively. Oh, but this is interesting. Kicker, they're never going to expect that. He was just sitting behind the smoke and waiting, and he's even going to stay alive.
And it was even Jame actually from the other side that stole the kill, but it almost looked like Kickert had that play made for the, for that idea. We've seen Acor do that once before.
Well, maybe he was reading that, just saying, I'll just sit behind the smoke, and if I hear the footsteps, checkmate.
If I hear the music, I'm gonna dance. Adren and Jame defending the A-bombs. That could be a pretty powerful A-hit. If they get 1 kill on Adren quickly, then they're right back in the mix, and in fact, Jame almost has to fall back. We'll see if he could defend it. They have to move pretty quickly. They don't have a control of any other part of the map, so there's no point in waiting around. Now is the time for it. And Dren calling it in. Flashbang to try and force back Jame. More flashes raining his way. And can they stop Adren? That's the question. The Molotov will force him out, and he goes down. And now it's a round once again. They have a lot to work with here. There is a smoke left on Buster and a Molotov left on Bubsky. So let's see if those 2 grenades are going to collide at one point or another. We've got a picture-in-picture here. The coach behind VP. Retake coming in from Catwalk. Roy and Shush are both there, ready to try and take the fight. And actually, they're going to go slightly aggressive. The Molotov, it's going to go out, and they swing wide to take the fight. Sanji drops. Roy with 2 big kills, and he needs another one. Buster is here. Time is running out, and they're running VP. They're exiting 14 rounds from Mad Lions, and they bring it right back. Oh, that's a disaster from VP. This is one hell of a game.
It really is. You have to admire that read from Mad Lions, saying as soon as we see a flashbang, we're swinging. We're swinging and taking that fight, and it's a good trade. It's a good kills coming out for Roy. 1 round lead for Mad Lions. I think a lot of the issues VP is having with some of these A-hits, they do not hold on to utility super well. They are using a lot of it. So you can see, like, when Adren is going up to peak, he doesn't have any nades to go for a flashbang. Jame is out of nades as well, along with the AWP. He can't help pop flash so that Adren can get that kind of a peek in. There's a lot of free ground being given up there because the utility usage is running out way too early in these rounds.
But they still have the double up VP. Acor makes the jump. Oh, with the AWP and taking down Adren. That is a brutal start to the half. For the round, Jame and Sanji now close on the corner. They're still sticking around. Bobski's there to save, and now Jame, shoulder peek. This is Orb versus Orb, and Jame is gonna best A-core. A huge kill, but he runs into Shosh, who was flanking him all along. This is so aggressive out of Mad Lions. They're not letting off now. They want to close this and send VP packing. Kickard, edge of the smoke. It was just locked off, and he goes down to Shush again. A kill. Buster now, 1 versus 3. Does he try and go for a miracle? The grenade won't do it, and yeah, he's trapped. He can't even escape. This is going to be 15 rounds, surely, for Mad Lions, and the money is destroyed for VP. What an amazing round for Mad Lions.
Yeah, that you have to. I almost feel like we made the joke about taking the chains off earlier about Hunden, but I think everyone had their leash removed there. Everyone had the opportunity to make a play, and that is well orchestrated. Shush coming up catwalk is just so brutal for Jame. 1 kill for Buster. He's dead. He's gone. The money is gone. Virtus.pro have fought so hard in this series. They came back on Overpass. They dominated on Virtus.pro. They had a phenomenal start in the first half of Dust2. And now for their tournament life, they'll be fighting with very little. Jame is going to have an op with no armor, no utility.
How is he so quick? That was sick. Shush has got 29 kills. He's almost dropping 30 to try and keep them in. Jame actually gets tag jumping through. A bit annoying because he's got no armor, so that could make a bit of a difference. Are they back to the B shenanigans? They might try and go for the B split again, but at least delaying it a bit this time. It all comes down to this, doesn't it?
It all comes down to this. Oh, he's got it! He found a blind kill on A-core. The timing with the peek, it's perfect. 5-on-4.
Well,
and now, I love this. The follow-up push. Yeah, if Roy gets caught, he's got the bomb. It'll be in lower dark, but he's going to get away just in the nick of time. Meanwhile, Dren, he's going to be challenged one more time at A. I said, so much ground being given up at this bomb site. Dren can do nothing. Smoke in his face with a UMP. He might not even get a chance to fight, and he won't. Doesn't fire a bullet, and the A bomb site is open for the taking.
Oh my god, 4-on-4. I can't believe he tried his best, Edren. He had to hide. He couldn't really fight them all on his own. The bomb is going to be going down. Roy has made his way the whole way there. And there are no grenades and no defuse kits on the VP side. It's almost impossible. A great flashbang to retake catwalk control there. And now headshot from Sanji. There should be nothing left here. Jame and Kickard trying to retake long, 2 versus 4. This has been an amazing series, but Roy comes in with the kill, and it'll be Mad Lions to knock out VP. There's no doubt about it here. 1 versus 4 and 16-13. They managed to take them right out, and it took everything they had. What an amazing opening day here, Katowice Day 3.